Hello there once again, my wonderful viewer. Now, I'm sure you've noticed that the environment around me is a bit different. Well, that's because with the few dollars I've obtained over my very short YouTube career, I was finally able to obtain an office space from the local crackhead Javier. And I'm proud to say that the deed I have on this place is very much so real. It's a shame such an upstanding citizen like him is pushed down in today's society, all because of something as small as his crack addiction. Truly, we have failed this country as a society. Anyways, crack fiends aside, Shaper's Ripples is certainly doing quite well for itself, especially since everyone's beloved Not-A-Night is now available to be obtained. But that's not quite what this video is about. See, Lucia Pyro is more than just some super cool character. She's a sign of foreshadowing for Punishing Gray Raven's future, and this isn't just a pun for her story chapter or anything else like that. Lucia Pyro is the start of something truly mesmerizing for the future of PGR's combat. You see, in one of my past videos, I discussed the Devil May Cry crossover, and I spoke about how Lucia Pyro could be used as a subject for testing the waters of the crossover unit Dante from DMC. Now then, the things we know about Lucia Pyro is she is the first character that has extended airtime for combos and can quite literally fucking fly. If I'm missing something here, and someone else does the same thing in PGR's global roster, shoot me in the back of the head with a 9mm. Lucia's kit is a little confusing, but the visuals don't lie. She brings a form of complication to the game we haven't seen since Wanshi Dreamer, but even then, he's still most definitely the most confusing fucking character to play in all of PGR. Characters like Wanshi Dreamer, Watanabe Epitaph, and Lucia Pyro makes the player feel as though they've dawned upon some form of elitism once they figure out how to play the character, and the payoff is phenomenal. I have a feeling that between Virgil and Dante for the DMC 5 crossover, Dante is most definitely going to be the more complicated unit between the two. And while I'm hoping I don't have to press every single fucking button on my keyboard, I'm also hoping he brings some form of complication to the table. Now, I'm not saying Punishing Gray Raven needs increasingly difficult characters to play. After all, it doesn't have to go so advanced that you need to perform a 50 button press combo just to perform part 1 of your 5,000 hit 3-part rotation for one character. No, I believe that you can make something challenging yet fun at the same time without it feeling like a chore, something that you can look forward to doing every day. Punishing Gray Raven's combat keeps evolving, and with the DMC 5 crossover coming, it's going to be the hallmark of amazing things to come for both Punishing Gray Raven and Wuthering Waves as well. Now, what do I mean by this? Well, I think we can all agree, the combat for Punishing Gray Raven is a lot more technical than Wuthering Waves combat is. I mean, just walk into Celica's class for one of the newer units and you'll be sitting there wondering what kind of drugs Kuro Games was on when they expected some players to learn Wanshi Dreamer within the time span of his story quest. Well, he is a high risk, high reward unit, I suppose. Wanshi Dreamer is the equivalent to taking the risk of having your heart explode from injecting adrenaline infused crack cocaine into your bloodstream, with the reward being able to beat every man, woman, and child in a fistfight at your local middle school. He truly does embody the best kind of PGR player. Tired, probably sweaty, and looking like he wants to kill himself 24/7 because he has to fight horrors beyond man's comprehension, like this one. With Lucia Pyro, Epitaph, Not-A-Night, Wanshi Dreamer, and hell, maybe even throw a little bit of Han Ying action in there, we may see more S-rank units with this level of depth to them that will bring forth even more mechanically heavy bosses that can just simply be a joy to fight overall. Now, how does this tie to Wuthering Waves exactly? Well, I'm glad you asked. Out of every single character I have played and playtested, I think that Zhongli Yao is probably the more complicated character in Wuthering Waves over everyone else, which is funny to say because he's piss fucking easy to play. Now, I'm not saying that Wuthering Waves needs units as complicated as Wanshi Dreamer. I don't think any gacha game needs a character as difficult as Wanshi Dreamer, but I feel as though if Kuro Games' team working on Punishing Gray Raven are able to do all these amazing things with an engine they so stubbornly refuse to leave behind, imagine the possibilities of future characters in Wuthering Waves if the Wuthering Waves team decides to lock in and give us more character depth for all characters, past, present, and future. So far, I think for me personally, the characters are very easy, like Chongli, Ji-Yeon, Carlotta, and a few others. From my experience, they're all very straightforward characters to play. But I look forward to seeing more mechanically taxing bosses and mechanically detailed characters that are designed to be fun to figure out rather than be a chore to handle. I want to see more individual characters have longer combo strings, specific passives made to be triggered off of a certain string, with multiple combo pathways one could go down. Perhaps even introducing introducing a character with a light attack and heavy attack combo string, holding the attack button 3 times to trigger a heavy attack combo that can be cancelled or added onto at any point. Now, I understand that Zanny has a stance switch when she's fighting, as I've seen from some clips that I didn't really want to see, but I just couldn't stop staring at her, in which I think is cool, I think it's fine, but I don't think that that would be something that I'm looking for. Now, don't get me wrong, that's something that I do want. Give me Zanny right now. I want to swing around her big ass sword, but it's not exactly scratching the surface of what it is that I'm talking about specifically. Being able to switch in and out of certain combos on the fly through multiple strings and things like that. And I'm not just talking about swapping characters, because well, quite frankly, simply hate the character swapping mechanic that exists in a lot of these games, but I'm simply hoping for something that's more than just a regular stance switch. On top of that, a regular stance switch that you won't be able to freely switch in and out of anytime, anywhere, on the fly to create a whole bunch of different unique combos. I feel as though handling the characters like that from this point forward would actually be extremely successful. It would have the player base having more fun than ever with each individual character. Then make that the Wuthering Waves standard, while revising older units by adding more to their kit, just like they do on Punishing Gray Raven, with leap skills to try and keep older units within the meta, even if they already got replaced. Having options is always nice, and being able to keep up in endgame content with your favorite characters without having to worry about having an OP support to drag your main DPS's lifeless corpse across the battlefield is great. The DMC 5 crossover could open so many opportunities for gameplay enhancement in not just PGR but Wuthering Waves as well. We have to look at the bigger picture here. We need both communities to band together and ask for these things. I don't care if you like one or hate the other. We're two sides of the same Kuro Games coin, and if you can't accept that, well, there's nothing I can do about it. You're just retarded. I hope to see the combat expand for both these games in a positive light, and I really do hope that this is going to be the case, because I see so much potential in Kuro Games and their future projects and endeavors. I want these games to be even more fun in terms of gacha, because they're basically the only gachas I play consistently. The games from Kuro, Limbus Company, as well as Wizardry are the only gacha games I play consistently anymore. I may re-download Zenless Zone Zero once again, once that new update drops and Big Titty Ambi is released, but that's a tangent for another time. But what do you guys think about a potential mechanical change in both Punishing Gray Raven and Wuthering Waves' future? Would you like the opportunity to see more characters in both games get built upon more in terms of their skills, combos, having a higher variety of range and how it is you can perform their damage or healing output, making every unit feel unique within itself? And hell, while we're at it, maybe even possibly removing the time-based endgames to allow players to perform their own builds, combos, and creativity in a way that would make them want to actually build their favorite characters and teams and have fun with every aspect of the game. Having a timer removed wouldn't make the challenge that much easier either, because the enemies would still probably do so much damage to you, you'll feel it through the screen. Now, obviously there's going to be some challenges that I would like timers on because, well, sometimes timer-based challenges can be cool, but let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching, I very much so appreciate it, and as always, I hope you all take care, and peace.